Hey, welcome back. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I got my books in. Yep, here they are. I love these Passport to World Band Radio. I love these books. Unfortunately, the last issue, this is a thing comes out once a year, and the last issue was 2009, which I still haven't grabbed one of those. Those things go for $35, so I haven't grabbed one of those. But I did get three more in this past week. And if you're not familiar with these are annuals. They came out once a year. I guess that kind of is redundant. Once a year annuals. Okay. And they were information about shortwave radio. And in the back, about 75% of these books were schedules, shortwave schedules. And they were, ooh, look at here, some receipts. I wonder what this is. I got these used. Stacy's Bookstore, $21. Somebody paid for this book originally. I paid $1. Okay, what's this one? This one is faded, so you can't read it. Somebody left those in there. Oh, yes, by the way, I get these books and many others related to shortwave used from Amazon for about $1, or some I even get for a penny plus $3.95 shipping. And these are brand new. I can't believe that these are still around. They're brand new. I don't know where and there's many sellers that sell these books. I have a couple that I use most often because they always send me either brand new books or books that look brand new. So I always buy from them. And they're typically a penny or $1. So besides the listings, there's descriptions about the stations, and most important, use of these, since they're old and the schedules are somewhat out of date, not in all cases, but some out of date. What's important about them is up front is reviews of radios, radio equipment, and stuff like that. So I got this time I got 2001, and I got 2004, and I got 2007. Okay, I'm coming up close to the 2009. So here's the other two that I've already purchased over the years, 2005, 2006. So I got 5, 6, and 7, and 4, and 1. So, and I think they started in the 1990s, I think is when they started coming out. And I don't know what happened to some of my originals that I paid. I think they were at $19.95 or something when you got them originally back in the 90s and early 2000. So we're going to take a look at one this morning, and I'm going to look at the latest one I have, which is 2007. So I need to find a 2008 and a 2009, which is the last one, which is like a collector's item. Again, I got these for $1 or a penny. And I'm going to look at what's in here as far as what they reviewed. This is, again, what they reviewed in 2007. Now, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There, that's about it. Here is, I just opened the book. This is a early on software-defined radio, kinda, in that the receiver and everything was in this box, just a box, not very big, but you controlled it via your computer, and that's the only way you control it. It has no knobs or anything. And then here's the software that came with it that, unfortunately, this concept kind of died off. This is an icon, and they never upgraded the software. The software was pretty good, but it had limitations. It was the first cut, and I think they came out with one revision, and that was it. There are a few other companies or people that generated software to talk to this device, and I actually have two of these, and they're connected to another radio upstairs in my office, and I used them quite a bit when I first got them because they were my first computer-controlled radio. Now, since the SDRs have come out for $20, then I've moved over to them because there's a ton of software for those. So anyway, so that's that guy right here. It got, let's see, it got a rating, and this was the IC-PCR 1500. There was a 1000, it was a 1500, and then I think there was a 2500. And I have the 1500s, what I've got. Okay. Oh, I take that back. I only have one of these. Okay. Oh, I am totally confused. Let me get a drink of tea here. Oh my gosh. Should I start over? Nah, I'm not going to start over. Forget it. Life's too short. I can't do things twice. These are two different radios. This is the Texan RX320. This is the same idea. It's in a box like this. This is the software for the ICOM IC-PCR 1500. Okay, now we got that straight. They were very similar. They had similar software, and it didn't really go much beyond a couple revisions on the software. So anyway, the ICOM radio was rated at 3 5/8 stars. Pretty good. Now let me turn it back a page. The Texan, which is the RX-320D, was rated at 3 7/8 stars. So they were about equivalent. They were good radios. They worked on HF band. I believe the 1500 worked on the VHF, UHF, and the Texan worked on the HF band. Boy, the mine is a terrible thing to waste, and I've wasted mine away. So anyway, so I just touched on those two. Probably told you a bunch of wrong information, but yeah, you can look it up. Look it up. Here is apparently they started reviewing in this issue, started reviewing these computer control radios, because here is a WIN radio. This came in a couple of forms. Initial form was a card that plugged into your computer, and then once again you use the software to control it. It wasn't that some of the functions of a radio was done in software. It was just used for controlling, and it got 4 1/4 stars out of 5. This was a great radio. It was expensive. And let me see it. I think it says price $500 for the initial one. They've come out. This is still very popular, and they've come out with many revisions of this WIN radio, many versions of it, I'll call it. And it goes up as high as $2,000 or more. This is kind of the Cadillac of software-controlled radios, not software-defined radios. So I have a terrible time this morning. Okay, let me see what else is in this issue. Now here is, you probably can't see it well. If I don't have it in the frame, you can't see it. This is a Yaesu VR 5000. Again, I believe this was controlled by a computer, but it was a standalone radio also. This is a standalone radio. It was quite expensive. I think they're going now used for about $500–600. I saw one on eBay last week, and it had a problem with they had some failures on the display, and some of the lines on the display would go dead. So you'd have lines in here. Not a biggie, but it usually indicated that the whole display might go blank. So you see a couple of these around on eBay. You got to be careful. They could have a bad display or a display that's going bad. Let's go back a little further. Okay, here's a picture of the ICOM, but this is the 1500. That's the one I have. It's got this little box here. It's about 4 by 6, and nice receiver, but they never went very far with it. It kind of died on the vine. Now here's some other. Apparently this issue is about Cadillac radios. This is another Cadillac. This is the AOR AR5000, and this is the +3. They got 4 stars out of 5 according to them, and it's a standalone radio. Probably can't be controlled with a computer, but it's a standalone radio. Pretty darn expensive. This sold for $2,500. $2,500 for a radio, all band radio, HF, UHF. This is another Cadillac down here. This is the ICOM ICR8500. This sold originally for about $1,300. You don't find them discounted very much because they are a solid radio. And if you watch Jill's YouTube channel, this is his #1 radio that he uses all the time. Very nice radio. It got 4 stars out of 5 in the rating. So anyway, as you can see, that's the other thing that was nice about Passport to World Band Radio is they had a lot of reviews. Now, their other rival, RTH, was basically the same idea, but they had they had less than half the number of reviews that Passport had. So I always enjoyed this. Good or bad, Passport went out of business, out of publication after 2009, and WRTH is still in publication, and I did a review of their latest book for 2016. So they're still around. They still have reviews, but they're a pretty limited number of reviews. As you can see, this guy had tons of videos that are reviewed. I mean, they're probably, I don't know, 50, 100 radios, and all kinds of radios related to shortwave, you name it. I wonder, let me just see, I'm going to index here, and I don't know, I thought it was, okay. I was hoping, and I guess I can't find it. Maybe it's in the front of that section. I was hoping to find exactly what radios reviewed in this particular issue. Here's an article on how to choose a radio. Here's the beginning of it. And they give you a lot of, before they get into the actual reviews, they give you a lot of information of what to look for in a radio. That's another thing. You know, this particular issue is a pretty darn good issue. This is 2007. So it's got, I'm trying to see, I could have swore, let me look in the back. No, I could have swore they had an index of what radios they reviewed in each issue. But I'm not finding it. I'm not finding it. I may have to start this video all over. I am really destroying this video. Oh, dude, this tells you how the ratings come about. Ta-da. Nope, here's the beginning of it, and I don't see an introduction with a listing of the radios that they reviewed in this particular. And it tells you all about how they reviewed it, what the ratings mean, and then they go into the reviews. Okay, I'm going to scan this real quick and see if I can find a radio that we are interested in today. Today kind of radio. Boy, there's a lot of reviews in here. And what I mean by today kind of radio, a radio that you can buy new. Now, maybe it's not a new radio, but you can buy it new. Here is the one I just reviewed a couple of shows ago, which was the Sony SW35, and it only gave it 2 5/8 stars. I thought it was better than that. Now here is, and it probably doesn't show up too well. Does that look familiar? You would say, hey, yeah, that's a Texan PL 660. Well, guess what? It's not. It's an Eaton E100. So Eaton and Texan produce the same radios. Maybe there's some slight differences. I don't think I have any Eaton radios. And that radio got 2.5 stars. And it calls it, oh, here we go. Even in here, it says that, boy, it's not what I thought it was. It says it's an Eaton 100 or a Texan PL 200. So it's not a 660. So I learned something new. And when you get older, it's easy to learn something new because you've forgotten so much. I mean, I've even reached the age where I can watch a movie 1 week and 2 weeks later, I've forgotten what the movie was about. I know I've watched it and I can remember certain scenes, but I can't remember the entire movie. So I can watch it again and it's like watching a new movie almost. Except sometimes I can guess what's going to happen next and I kind of act like I know what I'm doing because I could tell my daughter, he's probably going to do this because I saw a movie the week before. Okay. Got some very unique radios in here, but not what I'm looking for. I was looking for an Eaton, a 600 or a 660, one of those two. And I don't remember when those came out. They've been out for quite a while. Boy, there's a lot of radios in here, but not the one I want. Now, I thought this was a new radio. This is a very cheapo radio, and I thought it was a new radio. It's a Kato KA008. And I think, okay, I recognize the general looks of this, but they have Kato has newer versions of this, and maybe they work a little differently. And this got 1 1/8 stars. That would be my guess too. They say it costs $39. The new one that's similar to this, I think, is about $19.95. Okay, Texan. I don't think these are in any order except by size. Yeah, now we get into Cadillac radios. So I did not find in this issue, there is the Realistic DX394. It says it has been out of production for years, but one UK dealer still sells them new. And it got 2.5 stars. Oh boy. But they're pretty rough. They are pretty rough on their reviews. And I cannot find, golly. I thought for sure that this one would have, this issue would have, where to find Where to find it? Index of tested radios. Okay, I knew I saw it somewhere. So this is the index. And if I come down here, and what did I say I was looking for? I was looking for Texan. Well, in this issue alone, they've got the Texan BCL 3000, the DR 910, the Green 88, the PL 200, the PL 230, the PL 350, the PL 550, the R 333, many of these I've never heard of, the R 118, the 119, the R 9702. All those Texan radios are in this one issue. Now, these were, for a short period of time, these were on a website on the internet in the form of a PDF, and the entire book was there. But the author contacted the guy who runs the website, who has a lot of old radio magazines and books and stuff like that. And he says, I never gave you permission to put these on there, take them off, which he did immediately. So I missed my chance to get that 2009 one, even though it would have been illegal. Okay, so much for being illegal. So I didn't find, so let me see if I can find this page, and then we'll call it quits. And one more of these, go back one more year to 2000. Where'd it go? 2006. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can find an index. Now that I know where to look, it's after the reviews, which is kind of strange. Okay, there's some more reviews. And here's even reviews of antenna tuners and amplified antennas. So they got not just radios to review. Well, that index, I didn't see it. Ah, here it is. It's this particular year, they didn't have as many reviews. Wow, a lot less than this month. And it's Texan. It was, this issue was mostly on antenna equipment, tuners, amplifiers, and stuff like this. This is the 2006, okay? I said I was going to go one, but I'm going to go one more because that one was not what I was looking for. And we'll check the index on this one, and then we'll turn off this recording so you don't have to suffer anymore. Here we go. Wait a minute. 2005, 2006. This is the same subject, antenna. I wonder if there's two sections here, antennas and radios. Maybe that's what I did wrong, because that was section, oh yeah, that's what I did. There's two sections on these two guys, which were the antenna accessories and the radios. Okay, here's the one on radios, and nope, the Texan, I guess the 600 and the 660 came out after 2007 at least, maybe after 2009. Quickly go back here and find the index for the radios. Maybe I can find it. Okay. Now you will see some, whoops, now I'm into antenna stuff. You will see some overlap, so you will see some reviews that appear in different issues. Here it is. Okay, Texan. Nope. Okay, so I didn't luck out. The other thing I can do is I can go look at my RTH books. I've got a couple of those. All are new. They're like, I think I got 15, 2014, 15, and 16. look in those and see if I can find any reviews on the newer Texan portable radios. That's what I'm looking for, because I'm going to try to do a comparison against my new PL680. So that's the show for today. I'm not going to ask you for the thumbs up because this show is pretty terrible. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Have a great day.